Ladies and gentlemen, today is something different on the Let Loose Podcast Network. If you don't know me personally, I have my own channel. I haven't done this in quite a while. I used to do reaction videos to music videos and put them on YouTube. Mostly of the rock and heavy metal persuasion, sprinkled with a little bit of hip hop and stuff in there. This is something that me and the boys have kind of decided and talked about. I don't know about necessarily fully decided, but we've talked about, and they kind of want to maybe start bringing that type of stuff in there for y'all's enjoyment. So, Sleep Token, if anybody is a fan out there, dropped a new album today. It's called Even in Arcadia. I listened to it for probably 2.5 hours. I listened to it 3 times through. And the first few songs that came out, I really wasn't impressed by them. Caramel and Emergence, I wasn't really sold on those songs. But the rest of the album, I'm very, very pleased with this. Um, if anybody doesn't know, the lead singer, his name is Vessel. In the credits, his name is Vessel 1. I'm not sure who. There's a Vessel 2. I'm not exactly sure who it is. They all have monikers. They don't go by the real names. If you know who they are, or if you even really remember, like Hollywood and Dead, when they first came out, they wore masks. Nobody knew who they were. They went by different monikers and AKAs and stuff like that. So where their identities were hidden, but eventually they'd come out to where they didn't wear their mask and stuff like this. Sleep Token, they're not relatively new, but over the past year or so with their last album, Take Me Back to Eden, they've garnered huge popularity here in the U.S. And I'm actually have tickets to go see them later this year up in Philly, so I'm excited about that. So I'm going to talk about a couple of their songs, what I think about it. You probably can hear it in the background. Hopefully we don't get in trouble with YouTube and the DMA bullshit or whatever. But the song you're listening to is "Look Into Windward." They kind of got some weird names, just like a lot of bands do these days. But this is just the intro into the album, and from this song, this is a good starting point. As I can't really remember exactly their full album, last album, Take Me Back to Eden, but I know I do like it, especially the title song, Take Me Back to Eden. I love that damn song. If you don't really know, Vessel's voice is just something different. He doesn't scream very often. He's more melodic. He kind of sings. His lyrics are very deep. And a lot of people think that with this album is their kind of a goodbye type of thing, because if you listen to songs like, I think it's on Caramel or Democles, I think that's how you pronounce it. He talks about the fame and the pressure of it, and how they didn't get into this to be to garner all this fame. They just wanted to make music for people to hear. That's one reason why their identity is hidden, because they don't care about the fame. So a lot of people think that this is their farewell album. I don't know. I have heard conspiracy theories that there is a new band coming out that is on the same record label as Sleep Token, and the name of them is called President, and they wear masks, president's masks, not like you would find in Point Break back in the day with Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze, God rest his soul, where they wear the president's mask and then go rob banks and shit. But people say that this is Sleep Token's last album. They're going to leave Sleep Token behind, or they're going to turn into this other band, and maybe, I guess, keep the people guessing to keep their identity and so on and so forth. I don't know. But as far as this album in particular, Even in Arcadia, the title song, like I said, is my favorite so far. Provider is very, very good. If you can hear that, you're listening to it in the background. I don't know how to pronounce it. These people are from UK, so their pronunciation is a little different. Um, Infinite Baths, the very last song on the album, is very good, and it's a good way to end the album because he goes out in a heavy tone, and it's really it's the longest song on the album. It's about 7 minutes. Starts off melodic, singing a little bit, gets heavier, heavier, heavier. Then he goes for it, in the end, which is really good. Gethsemane or Gethsemane. I don't know how you pronounce that, but that's a very good song as well. A lot of these songs are melodic. They got deep lyrics to them. I can't really articulate in my mind the depth of Vessel's lyrics because it's not like regular lyrics in a song. And I was thinking about it earlier. I kind of, all you metalheads out there, for certain bands, I'm gonna say like my favorite band, Lorna Shore, or one of my favorite bands. Lorna Shore, their lyrics, Will Ramos is the singer. The way he makes his lyrics is just like very deep, and they're not like your typical, roses are red, violets are blue type of thing. They make you think, they make you feel, and Vessel has a very good talent for doing that. And this album is no different from any of those other types of albums, their last album, or even some of the heavy metal bands that can do these types of things. The song you're listening to right now is Provider. Some of these songs do have heavy parts, but a lot of them is the melodic, or they got a little bit of heaviness to them, and he's singing, as you can hear. But all in all, I give this album an 8 out of 10. And the only reason why is because it's 10 songs, and I skip Caramel. I'm not a huge fan, and Emergence, or no, yeah, Emergence. I'm not a huge fan of that one. That one's okay. I like it better than Caramel, whatever you want to pronounce it. But outside of them two, the album is a complete listen. Like I said, I listen to it 2.5 times a day. No, I listen to it for 2.5 hours a day, about three times full through or whatever. And I was very impressed because, like I said, those first two albums they dropped, or the first two singles they dropped, I wasn't impressed. So I'm glad that I got my tickets to go see them later this year, and I can't wait to hear them perform this album. So that is a short version of a reaction. It's not a reaction video, but it's an album reaction. Maybe I can do this if you guys like this. I can do this specifically for you guys on this Let Loose Podcast network. Also, if you want to go to West V on YouTube, I'll put it down in the description. Look at my other videos that I've had. Nothing spectacular, but I will say something that I'm proud of is I started to garner a little bit of a following on there, and I just upped and quit because it was just a lot to do by myself. But if you guys like this, maybe I'll start doing it again. We'll put it on the Let Loose Podcast, and or if not, but you still like it, I'll start maybe doing it on my own channel again. So let me know what you guys think about this album. If you've heard it, would you rate it? Or if you're willing to give it a listen. For even you non-rock metal heads, it's still, I think, something that you could probably like. I mean, unless you're a straight hip-hop head. I love hip-hop as well. So I'll probably definitely be doing that as well on this channel. If not my channel, if you guys, prefer. So yeah, just let me know what you guys like, what you rate it, and I'll see you next time.